I hope you all are ready to buckle up and lock in because this shit's about to be unhinged.
It's fine.
It is fine. So if
It is
you,
fine.
I am thinking this episode is going to air after last week's episode, which was the Mother Shipton episode.
Mother Shipton, which was very. I mean, we did go through 3 ciders, but we didn't drink them all.
Right. And then we finished the episode, and Meg had plans with a friend that got canceled, and I kind of was like, let's hang out. And she was like, no, I gotta do things. And then she was like, well, maybe we could hang out. And she's like, but should we just do another episode? And we were like, yes.
And then I had snacks from Trader
And then we had snacks.
Joyce?
And then
Trader Joyce.
And we were looking through all the episodes that she has because she has a bunch written, but we decided that we had too much of a buzz to record anything that like involved too much seriousness. So we started looking up things to do because a WWU, Wild, Weird, and Unknown, is usually our MO, like when we don't want to use too much brain power.
Right, because we just read other people's stories.
And then we came across something.
Like lightning struck her brain.
It was like a good old sweet baby Jesus came down and struck me in the brain hole and said Mandela Effects. Which, if you've listened to us for a while, we've discussed doing an episode on Mandela Effects so many times.
Like for years now.
We've just never done it. And when we realized it, well, it was thanks ChatGPT. I was asking it, like, everything you know about us, what should we cover? And it didn't even say that. I didn't even remember how we got to it, but we did.
I think it was Mandela was like a conspiracy theory because you looked up conspiracy theories, and then we just
and then we were like, holy shit, that's a good one because we both have a lot of interest and knowledge on it. And then also
there's a lot of offshoots when it comes to the Mandela Effect.
So many. So I hope you guys are ready because we have had a couple. We have had a cocktail pod in between with cherries soaked in vodka.
Like
that doesn't count.
No.
But then I made Meg try this new shotgun roulette.
Most of it ended up on the floor.
I did the whole thing pretty much because it busted through the can everywhere. And then now we're on to a glass of wine. So that's where we're starting with this.
We're fine.
Well, we are fine.
Summer.
We're not buzzed or anything. No, we are buzzed, but we're not drunk.
No. Any hoodles. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. Oh, am I supposed to start now?
No, I'm doing a joke.
Oh, right. That's the word. Okay, but to be fair, Tone Cold Stober.
Yeah.
I did that on purpose, you guys.
Did she?
I still forget the order of things. Last week, I forgot the opening.
Yeah, wasn't that like 2 hours ago?
Yes, it was.
Okay, perfect.
Time doesn't
just
count.
as long as we're making sure we're on the same page for that bad boy.
Last week. Man, Edward Cullen is staring at me right now.
I know. I just stare at him the whole time that we record. This is the life-size Edward Cullen that I made for my daughter for her 13th birthday, and he lives here because he was freaking her out in her bedroom,
and
obviously.
I'm very concerned because this one and my oldest, I have a daughter turning 13 this weekend. And
I'm going to say, can I say it?
I have nothing to do. I have nothing to do with this.
I just want to be clear that I don't know why I am doing this, but I also know that her daughter came to me and asked for my assistance. And if her daughter comes to me and asks me to help with something, I will help because I love all of her children. And also, like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do it because if it is,
I have nothing.
She asked me to help her make a life-size cutout of Kim Jong-un, right? Is that how you say his name?
My second daughter loves like South Korean culture and stuff.
And it's her birthday on Saturday. And so her oldest asked me to help make a life-size cutout. Now
we're making Tex go and get it.
So we have established that maybe we're not going to do life-size though, because what are we going to do with it? That is a big waste of space.
And you can't like burn it.
Right. So we're going to do like if he was a
little bitty,
a smaller person. A little person.
Like the Abertatch.
Yeah. So we're going to make him, instead of the full size of Edward Cullen, he's going to be the size of like a poster board. He's going to be like 4 feet tall.
Okay. Okay, so now are we going to do a joke?
Yeah.
The computer quit.
Yeah, the computer is struggling. It still is struggling.
Why is it?
It's kind of slow.
Yeah.
But we're going to see how we go. Should be okay. I think it's getting better. Let's just give it a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, good news. My oldest daughter just texted me. She's out with a friend. She goes, "Hey, you like Jethro Tull, right?" I'm like, yes.
What's
Jethro Tull?
Yeah.
It's a band.
Oh, okay.
It's a rock and roll flautist.
I mean, I knew that. Okay. We ready for a joke?
We're ready for a joke.
I don't know where we were before. This is very on brand for what some people in the United States are going through.
Uh-oh.
There's a new Viagra and prune juice diet that's out. Unfortunately, you can't tell if you're coming or going.
I knew it as soon as you said the prune juice bit. That's a good one.
That was from Mr. Boo Boo.
That's a good one.
That was a good one. That was
like
stupid.
that.
That was stupid.
That was stupid, but that was
But
good.
do you see why I said last week I was like he sent me like 3 solid ones. They're like they're it's like
solid.
It's like an inappropriate dad joke, but not so inappropriate that you couldn't say it.
Right.
Like, you know, you could say that to most people and be like,
Not like the priest ones we've told sometimes.
No, those ones can't see the light of day, but are also sometimes true. Anyways.
Any hoodles. Hello and welcome to Lunatic Soup, the podcast where we go into all things wild, weird, and unknown. We're your hosts, Meg.
And I'm Raina, ready to rip some lunatic soup.
Let's go.
I feel like you said that differently that time.
I don't think so. Maybe a different
Is it a
inflection.
Mandela Effect?
It must be a Mandela Effect. But we're at 1 minute and 50 seconds. I think last week we were like 15 minutes before we got to that bit.
Yeah, but I also think that's the new recording because we had a recording before this.
Oh, I see what you're going. I see what
also,
you're saying.
Also, it wasn't. We were only in like 6 minutes in when we got to this. I saw it. I paid attention.
You paid attention.
I did. I did. But everything looks to be running along smoothly. It did take out our background that we normally. That
it did.
Yeah,
Maybe that was just too much for it.
I think what the problem is my computer battery is almost dead from our last recording, even though it was plugged in the whole time. Which riddle me that, Batman.
CERN.
Anyways, and then now we just plugged it in, so I don't fucking know. Anyways, so here we are. All right,
we are drinking our favorite
Trader Joe's rosé.
It's a Portugal sparkling rosé.
It is, but it doesn't taste sparkling.
It's very slightly carbonated,
like a tiny
very
bit.
Slightly.
First of all, the most beautiful bottle. It is like this round. We would get it, but it's in the fridge. You know, chilling. It is this most beautiful, like flat round bottle, like gorgeous. How much is it a bottle?
Are you ready for guys?
It also doesn't have a Mandela on the front.
I think it does.
It
does. Oh, that just went red.
This was meant to be.
So the bottle. I mean, guys, you have to really. This is a treat. Okay.
Yeah, we really splurged on this one.
It is a whole $5.99 a bottle.
$5.99.
$5.99. We first found it, I think, when we went to see. We went to Bremerton.
Yes. To go see Dana and
Greg Newkirk.
Yes. And we went to Trader Joe's first, and we had so much fun because it was November. We got the kids advent calendars and cheese. Yeah, Trader Joe's. We just don't have a Trader Joe's close to us.
No.
Last week we talked about it a lot. We're gonna keep talking. I love Trader Joe's.
Love Trader Joe's. Who doesn't love Trader Joe's?
Stupid people.
I mean,
but
if
their
you're a
wine
listener of us, you like Trader Joe's.
I just would like to be clear. One thing about me in life is that I am a wine snob. I love expensive wine.
I love cheap wine,
and I can appreciate expensive wine.
I appreciate all wine.
I also I will not drink a cheap bottle if doesn't taste good.
Well, I won't drink anything if it doesn't taste good.
Right, but also I have friends who will just drink a bottle of wine because they're like, well, it was only $4.
No.
And I won't do that.
No.
But when we got it, I was like, but we had found it on a recommendation or something. Or
no, I think we just liked the bottle.
Was that what it was?
I think we just liked and I will always buy a cheap wine. And granted, I've got some cheap wines that I bought a Zinfandel.
Yeah.
I think I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
It was not.
It's not. There are certain ones, but it's like for me, getting a bottle of Kim Crawford is not an expensive wine. It's like a mid-range, but it's definitely $15 a bottle.
But you
more
know
on the
like
pricer side. But that is like one of those drinks when I drink that bottle of Kim Crawford, I know exactly what wine that is, and it is delightful.
It is.
When I drink the Costco version, I can tell it's the Costco version. I also really enjoy that one, but I love a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah.
Do I also enjoy a $100 bottle of champagne? Way too much. Yes, I do. Yeah. But this is exceptional.
This is good.
I'm not gonna lie.
This is good. And I got some snacks. I got the Caesar salad dip, which we both agree is a little heavy on the anchovies, but it's still good.
Delicious. It was Caesar dip
with salt and vinegar chips. We got the idea from Sam the sommelier.
And then you put in my mouth hole.
I did. I didn't even give her a choice.
She just put it right in there. Truffle chips with, what was it?
Parmesan tapenade.
You guys. Parmesan and olives and
garlic.
I don't know, garlic.
So much garlic.
It was, my mouth had an orgasm. That was the only way to describe it. It happened. All right, moving on. Let's.
So that's what we're drinking.
That's what we're drinking. All right. So you guys, if it's not obvious, well, obviously by the name, we're going into the Mandela Effects.
All right.
So this is a by the seat of our pants episode that we just came up with, sitting at my dining room table, pulling up a bunch of resources. We're both going to put in information, but we got a bunch of stuff pulled.
do this.
And Meg's going to lead it, obviously. But
I feel like this is a good one for just chit chat and commentary, and because we have a lot to say about it.
We
right?
do. Yeah, and I'm excited. I'm actually more excited about this episode than I've been in a while, just because we've talked about doing it for so long, and it is very prominent right now. It's something that I see constantly, or I think about, or
So, again, we had the interwebs spit out the resources for us, and it posed a question, and I think this is a good question to read. If thousands of people remember the same thing incorrectly, are they sharing a memory error or remembering a version of reality that no longer exists?
Which I love that, because I feel like it could be, well,
what could it be?
I think I know where I lie.
So the Mandela Effect describes a shared memory that conflicts with the available historical record. And it's not simply people remembering something incorrectly. It's like the masses remembering something that allegedly doesn't exist. And there's usually a personal story attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
So the term was coined by paranormal researcher Fiona Broome, B-R-O-O-M-E, Broome, I would say.
I would think so.
Yeah. In 2009. So it is fair. It's less than 20 years old.
But you think about the internet in 2009 is vastly different than what it is now.
100%.
Like 2009, we maybe just had Instagram?
No, we didn't even have, the Instagram was 2009?
Yeah, no.
Oh, maybe.
Because I got married in 2010, and I do recall, Instagram maybe just...
I didn't have Instagram when I got married in 2007. There was no Instagram
No, there was definitely no Instagram. No, I think maybe it was slightly after. I know when I'm going to talk, I'm going to Google when Instagram came out, just out of curiosity.
So Fiona Broome remembered something specific, and this is how I first heard about the Mandela Effect, because my mother-in-law told me this story. She remembered Nelson Mandela, who was the not president. It's not a president.
South Africa.
Yeah, but he was in charge of South Africa.
He's like the prime minister.
Prime minister. There's the word.
Is that what it is?
He was the prime minister of South Africa, and he was imprisoned. And my mother-in-law, remembers Nelson Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s. She remembers watching the procession and the funeral on TV.
But I remember hearing about that.
You remember hearing about that. I remember my mother-in-law telling me about that.
Yeah.
And then come to find out, he didn't die that long ago. He actually died December 5th, 2013. He did not die in the 80s. But that's where that's why it's called the Mandela Effect, because so many people remember, because he was imprisoned. It was the whole apartheid in South Africa.
Wow.
He was imprisoned. He spent years and years and years in prison, and so many people remember him dying in prison, remember the funeral on TV, all of that.
Okay, so before we get further into this, I just looked up Instagram, and it actually launched for Apple, which I don't even know that I had. Maybe I had an iPhone by then in 2010. That was the year I got married.
Okay.
But in saying that, what I just remembered was at the time, Facebook, in that nothing was sharing news. There was no news. This is just who you're friends with and pictures. That is all it is. So your only news is coming from
what you see on TV at night.
What you see on TV. There's no other way to spread this kind of knowledge. Mass knowledge, which is why, anyways.
Nothing
could
be trending then.
No, I mean, you might get it on, I think maybe Twitter could have been out, and Twitter was more.
That out then?
When did Twitter come out? Because Twitter was more.
Twitter was 2005. Wasn't it that long ago?
Twitter release date. You're close, 2006.
Okay.
So Twitter was a little bit, but even was that,
but
even that people would just tweet about their lives. They would
this
just tweet
whole
stuff.
thing that we have now didn't exist.
You couldn't even get news on your phone. There was none of that was around. Yeah, okay.
So people remember the funeral coverage. There was a whole public mourning. There was a speech by Mandela's widow. That never happened. In the recorded timeline, Mandela was released in 1990 and served as president of South Africa from 94 to 99, and then died in 2013. And I remember when he died,
real life died.
So
this life died.
That's why it's called the Mandela Effect. That's why Fiona Broome started researching all of this. And this phenomenon includes altered spellings, missing visual details, changed movie dialogue, non-existent films, which I'm excited to get into.
Me too.
And conflicting memory from public events. And this is different from forgetting. Anybody who has experienced the Mandela effect knows it's different from forgetting. Like, no, I remember. That's just not what actually happened.
There's so many of these that I already know that are like, I am certain.
Like, it's our literal childhood experiences.
Literally.
That are false.
And I do feel like it's the government's way of, like, fucking with us. Of making us second guess our own brains. Of, like, psychologically.
Gaslighting?
Like, yes.
Like, literal gaslighting?
It goes so much deeper than that, I think.
Well, I think it does because when you think of these memories, there's, like, this... It's not just remembering. It's like it's a part of your identity when you think of certain things. It's like that nostalgia.
The nostalgia, but like the memories you have correlated with it. Mm-hmm. Like the correlation that you have, the things that you're like, there's no fucking way that my brain just made this up.
No. And some people say there are no Mandela effects. They don't experience any of it. Some people experience a lot of it. And I wonder if that has to do with how sensitive you are. Mm-hmm. Because. Yeah. Could be. All right. In 2022, a study found that certain famous images produced consistent false memories across participants. In some cases, people selected and confidently remembered the same incorrect feature after viewing the correct image. So people saw the correct image and they're like, no, that's not right.
Okay.
It had and we'll go into details, but like, let's do the fruit of the loom.
Yeah.
Where it had the cornucopia. I remember a cornucopia. I specifically visually remember a cornucopia. I remember the store where we would go and buy underwear and socks. There was also
things that went on with the, like, I remember making a cornucopia in, like, I know cornucopia is around for other things, but, like, us referencing Fruit of the Loom, like, I remember doing that for Thanksgiving in elementary school. And then
did you also dress up like a pilgrim?
Yeah, I did, like a Native American. Mm-hmm. Yes, we did. Mm-hmm. We did a lot of those things.
We did a lot of that.
We did. But I remember I remember sitting with a group of friends, like, and we were joking about, like, the label of a shirt in the cornucopia. Mm-hmm.
I remember, like, doing something where I was making a cornucopia and I literally, like, traced
the cornucopia from the Fruit of the Loom.
Yes. But what? Apparently I did not. Well. So the question is memory failing? And if it is, why is it failing across a society? We know that human memory is, like, reconstructive, right?
Yeah.
We know that, like, if there is a crime, you cannot rely on memory alone.
So
we know this.
Yeah.
But it's not about memory. It's about people all remembering the same thing.
So I have an experience with this that has bothered the shit out of me. And it's something that happened to me in high school or, like a group of friends. And at one of my friends' funerals, he just passed, and I was with a bunch of friends, and we were discussing this moment, and everyone else remembered it extremely differently than I did, but my brain has this, like, vivid memory of what happened, and then I was like, am I remembering it because my brain reconstructed it, and I didn't actually see it? But I've always remembered that I saw this. Was I on a different thing, or did my brain just, like, reassess, like, my memory of how it went down? Because it was of this guy, literally, there was a fight, which I remember all the details. It was just in my head that where it happened and where my friend said it happened are two different places.
Huh.
So it was like where this Simone guy, he got in a fight. We had a lot of gangs at our school, and he took a Sobe bottle.
Oh, Jesus.
And smashed it and stabbed another guy with it. It happened in the lunchroom. I remember it because I remember him slamming it on a lunch table, and I remember him going after the guy, and I remember us running down the hallway.
That's crazy.
All of my friends talking about it happened in the parking lot. I have no memory of that being it ever.
Isn't that weird? And then you start to, like, second guess so many things.
And then I'm like, is it my brain? Because I do feel like my memory is really shitty now, and I'm like, is that what it is? But I know, like, I remember for a fact that I saw it. But then I'm like, but is it me, and is this my memory? Which I am happy to take that one for the team and be like, yeah, my memory recreated it. But, like, why is my memory of it in a lunchroom?
Sometimes I feel like, am I remembering something, or am I remembering a picture of something, or a photo of something?
I know that things like that happen with my dad, where like I'll hear a story and it'll create a memory for me, and I know that. But this, because the story, like if I wasn't there and I didn't witness it.
But you saw it. And you were in high school. It's not like you were 5.
But let's just say I didn't witness it.
Okay.
Why am I remembering it in a lunchroom when it happened in a like outside? In the parking lot.
Psychoanalysts listening?
But you know, it's like that thing that just bothers me because I'm like, because I vividly this is one of those things. It was a very poignant moment in high school. Like,
I mean,
that's a huge thing.
That's a big thing.
Like, and I remember this guy slamming a Sobe bottle on the table. But
like, I remember somebody being tackled in the airport. Like, you know, I mean, that was just a couple weeks ago.
I also remember this girl getting her weave ripped out of her head, and it swayed around in the commons at our middle school. All right,
I'm going to tangent for a second because that brought up a memory for me. We were in Rye, New York at the Playland Park. You know the movie Big?
Yes.
Where Zoltar is?
Oh, yeah.
We were at that park on that pier, and these women got into a fight, and after it dissipated, we walked by, and her freaking chunks of hair were on the ground.
Yeah. Ours was like she ripped out another girl's weave and then was like waving at her. This is middle school.
Middle school.
That's good old Federal Way, man. Yes. Anyways, that has really bothered me because now it makes me like
makes you second guess
everything. But I remember, but like also in my head, I'm like, then where did he break the Sobe bottle? Because they all remember it happening in the parking lot. So where did he smash a snow? So like Jenna remembers it
on a car, on a park bench.
Yeah, it must have been, but there's no park benches. It could have been a car, but then you're fucking up the car.
Yeah.
Anyways, but then my other 2 friends that were there, one was younger than me. He remembered it vividly too, of being in the parking lot. And I was like,
and then you're like, am I going crazy?
I literally felt like I was going crazy. I've had a number of things happen where, like, I swear to God, I was on a different timeline in high school that I have memories that people, or is it that like my brain is making things up, which that is quite possible. But like, I have some very vivid memories that I'll be like, but is it my trauma that I went through? Is it, you know,
well,
there is that, which is an option.
We all have that. Where does our brain protect us in a certain way?
Yeah,
from
but
something?
My memories are stupid. Like not anything that are like I'll tell you some off air because some of them are like, anyways. But that's my like version in my head of like But then you question everything at that point. But you also can't tell me that I didn't see it because like I remember
because your reality is your reality.
And I'm like, what the fuck? But it just shows that like. Maybe that's not it. Was I on a different timeline? Did my brain just make it up because I thought I was there? But why would I put it in a different location than it actually happened in my brain? Like if you're hearing about it, you usually can put yourself in that.
Where you're hearing about it.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, just throwing that one out there.
No, that's a good one though, because that brings the point of our memories are not reliable.
At all.
But that's what differs this from regular remembering is because it's the masses. It's not just everyone. 1 or 2 people who could be misremembering, who could, that was traumatic, seeing the story of Mandela being killed in prison and seeing the funeral. That's traumatic. I'm going to remember it differently.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Or
was
not
that
traumatic for people?
I don't know.
There. I mean, I'm sure it was to an extent, but also like that traumatic, like, you know, your brain protects you from your personal traumas.
No, I watched 9/11 happen in real time.
Oh, yeah, me too.
That was traumatic.
Traumatic as fuck.
But anyway, we don't need to go into that.
That's not the same as Mandela dying.
No, it's not. But it's a way maybe your brain could protect you from something traumatic.
1,000%. I agree, but none of these are traumatic.
No, and we'll go into yes.
So anyways,
you're correct.
We'll roll into that. One of my favorite ones is the first one we're going to go into. Or do you have any more you want to say about this?
Nope. That was my spiel.
Also, I'm very proud of our.
This was
you guys.
This is you guys should be proud
I think we spent maybe 10 minutes on the interwebs and got. Anyways, my very favorite one, because this is the childhood book that we read this book
all the time,
constantly. It is my favorite book of this is The Case of the Gimmies. Did you ever read that one?
Yes.
So this is the Berenstein Bears.
Berenstein Bears.
Berenstein Bears.
Next time I'm at my dad's, I'm going in the spring.
I have them upstairs.
Does it say stain or stain?
It says stain. I want to look at my mom's house. My mom has our old ones. We have new ones upstairs.
Okay, I'm going to see. Yes, let's go through it. You go through it.
The Berenstein Bears, okay? I will do this one because it's truly my favorite. So, it is a children's series officially spelled Berenstein, Berenstein, but many people remember Berenstein, Berenstein. So when I say that I pronounced it, we would always say the Berenstein Bears like that, but when I remember looking at it at the thing, it was not with an A. It was the Steen. It was like that's how I remember it being spelled, is the old, like the second way. But people remember parents pronouncing it Steen and, or Stein. Either Steen or Stein. Well, Berenstein Bears?
Stein, yeah.
Berenstein Bears? I don't remember Stein.
No, the Stain is the Stain. Maybe
but we didn't say Berenstein Bears. Berenstein Bears. That's how I remember it.
Not Berenstein
Bears.
Yeah. I think that's just a mess up.
Yeah. Steen is the more familiar sounding ending. The timeline theory suggests that some people remember a reality in which the family name was Berenstein, which is what I remember, and the personal conversations attached to the spelling are what makes this most powerful, because the Berenstein, it's Berenstein Bears.
Berenstein Bears.
Yeah, Berenstein Bears.
Yes, not Stain.
Stain, not Berenstein Bears. No, Berenstein Bears.
No, it was Stain. And so I saw something on this a couple of years ago, and they're saying that it actually was Berenstein Bears, how we remember it.
And they changed it because it was a Jewish last name?
Because it was a Jewish last name, which that I believe.
But I fully believe a lot of these things have changed, and that it is, again, like I said, it's the government's way of covering it up for like whatever reasons. Because it doesn't fucking
it is
make sense.
Gaslighting. Do you know why we have that term gaslighting?
Why?
It was a movie, an old movie, long time ago, and the husband was trying to make the wife think she was crazy, and they had these gas lamps, and he would turn them up or down when she wasn't looking, and it's called gaslighting because she was like, what's going, and she eventually goes crazy because she's like, I didn't do that to the lamps. I didn't do that. What are you talking about? Why are you doing that to the lamps?
That's so weird. It's like, we've been gaslit our whole life for so many things.
Way.
It's just stress.
It's just stress.
It's just stress. There's nothing
wrong
with you.
Your hormones.
There's nothing actually wrong with you. It's just
wrong.
stress.
It's just stress.
You're stressed. It was like when I went to the ER with my EBV, when I was like so fucking sick that I couldn't. No. That was my mom, and that was different. This was the year before
sick.
that, and I was as sick, or it was 2 years before that, and I was so sick that I could not get out of bed. It was one of those where my mom was like, you have to go to the hospital, and I was like, I can't move. I'm so tired and exhausted and like unwell that I couldn't get out of bed. When you're that bad. And we went to the ER and they ran tests, and he was like, you're just a tired mom.
No, go fuck yourself.
And I was like,
go fuck yourself.
Sir, my kids are all of older
you
ages.
I don't have toddlers anymore.
No, and
if there was a time for me to use that excuse, it would have been 10 plus years ago.
And I was so ill, I couldn't function. I couldn't get out of bed.
It was so bad, you guys.
So unbelievable. And I was like, I want to write that man an email so bad. Anyways, my mom made him check me for mono, and we got a result back later that my mono showed that I had previously had it, which is what Epstein-Barr virus is.
Yep.
Epstein-Barr virus relates to like all autoimmune diseases. It starts with EBV. So everyone, if you have an autoimmune disease or you think something's wrong with you, check out EBV, because that's been really fun to figure out. But if you ever had mono, it's like you get mono whenever you get overly stressed or have a traumatic event, because it triggers it. Because
it lives in you.
It lives in you nonstop. And some people never get it
Right. But to
whatever.
The tiredness, like it's not like your glands swell up every time.
No, but they are. No, they are though.
They do. But there's been times where I've come over and I'm sorry,
you can
but
see
I'm
it
like,
on my
what's
face.
wrong with your face?
No, but I'm not offended because
I know.
Like I remember sitting here to record, and she looks at me and she goes, "Okay, you're not yourself." I said, "Nope, I'm in a flare," and that's how you know. But anyways, where are we going with this?
We're going with people gaslight us our whole lives.
Yeah. Anyways, and so this is another form of gaslighting, Mandela Effect, in my opinion.
Yeah, from the government. But yeah, so that's the Berenstein Bears. Berenstein Bears.
The case of the gimmies is my favorite one. I say it to my kids all the time. They go to the grocery store with their parents and
gimme,
and they're like this and this and this, and their grandparents come over, and the grandparents basically are like, you guys are assholes. And they're like, what the hell? And so then they go to the store the next time, and it's like, you can't do the gimmies. You can't. Or maybe it was the grandparents brought them stuff and they were ungrateful for it, is what I believe it was. And then then Papa Bear was like, absolutely the fuck not.
Yeah.
You're not getting the gimmies.
No, you got to be grateful.
But then Papa Bear was naughty at the end. He did something. I can't remember. It's upstairs in Leia's room. I got to go find it.
One thing I have to say, I'm going to put this out there because I was just thinking it the other day. I'm very grateful for my children for always being grateful for what they have.
Oh, my kids are some of the most grateful kids, and I get told that all the time. How appreciative they are, and how
not a lot of kids are.
1,000%.
I just got a box of stuff from my grandmother passed away, and I got a box of stuff, and it was all my kids' thank you letters to her. Yeah, I didn't cry at all.
Well, also you made your kids write those. See, I haven't done
that. Because growing up, I had to write handwritten thank you notes to my mom's mom and stepdad specifically because they were very like demure. And
so that was my grandmother. We would always have to write to her too. Yeah. How funny. Yeah.
And so I always had the kids until they were older and then they could like email them. Yeah. You know, because they don't have text. But yeah.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
Sad. Also, you know, whatever. Okay, anyways, all right.
Next one, which we've touched on a little bit, is the Fruit of the Loom missing cornucopia. The official logo contains fruit and leaves, but the company says it never featured a cornucopia.
Okay, since the CERN shut down, I swear to God, I saw that it was back.
Somebody recently, it's been circulating that, the cornucopia is back.
Wait, is it?
Because it was a brown. Google it. So many people remembered like a brown. Like I said earlier, I remember specifically tracing it for something. It had to have something to do with school, right?
Yeah,
and I needed to draw or do a cornucopia. And I remember specifically tracing the Fruit of the Loom cornucopia that was behind the fruit. There it fucking is. That's what I remember.
On the label.
It's on the label.
But this one's still people talking about it.
That's probably how I learned what a cornucopia is, honestly.
This one is, again, one of those things that I feel like they are doing to make us feel insane because it is like they have all these vintage pictures of it being on things and it being there, and then now all of a sudden it's gone.
But everybody remembers it the same. Everybody remembers it with the same fruit in front, the same fruit in the back, the same, like,
how do we all collectively have that same memory?
I mean, even if you start looking up Fruit of the Loom, you're going to see, like, old drawings and, like, parodies of it. Like, I think there was an SNL parody. Maybe this is a Mandela Effect. There was an SNL parody where they were each the fruit, and then there was a cornucopia dressed up type thing.
Yes, yeah.
Or do we remember the cornucopia because of that? Did they insert that? But no, then, I remember the tag.
Then fucking explain all the tags on this, like all these old pictures.
Is the cornucopia back, though?
This is a literal pair of underwear on Etsy for $75. And, I mean, obviously someone could have altered it, but Jesus Christ, they're a big pair of tighty-whities.
I mean, sometimes we need those. Mm-hmm. Sometimes.
That is what I remember.
That is exactly what I remember. I think that's how I learned what a cornucopia was.
That's same.
I mean, here's some, like...
It's wild.
It is
This one is wild, and I am convinced that it's the government's trying to make us feel crazy.
But why? What is the point? What is the point? What is the point in them trying, other than just control, like pure control?
I think that it goes deeper than that, and maybe we should have had some more research into that portion of it before we did this episode. But also, I do think that is what it is to try and control our brains, make us think that we're insane, which we know that is a tactic of theirs.
Well, I mean, they've been doing that since the witch trials, trying to make people like
but
their experiences. Yeah. So it's men that's the problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to cover... Wait, there's two other... I'll let you do the next one.
Okay.
But I have a lot to put in about this one, and then the next one I want to do just because I have one vivid memory that I cannot fucking get rid of.
This next one. And I have an update for it.
So do I. You and I saw... Then we must have seen the same thing. Okay, I'm excited about this one.
Okay, so I will die on this hill.
Yeah.
Sinbad had a movie in the 1990s called Shazam.
He was a fucking genie.
He was a genie. It starred Sinbad, and he was a genie. There is no proof of this. There's no verified production record or an official copy found. People I can see it in my brain hole. They go up into like an attic or something, and they find a genie up there, and it's like it's like in a home, like a regular home, like a 90s home.
Yep.
There's something about a pool party.
I just remember
all
being
these
Sinbad.
things.
I remember him.
Mm-hmm. But there was a movie in 1996 called Kazam,
which I also recall.
With Shaquille O'Neal. But I remember both of them.
So do I.
There was this movie with Tim Allen where he has a son and his wife takes the son into the jungle to raise him. Yeah. And then there was a knockoff of that movie. It's like the same movie, but it wasn't. It was
with
like
with
different people.
Yeah,
but it was
this
the
is
same
basically
story.
that.
And
yes.
so I always remember it being the same type of thing.
Yeah,
the same type of thing.
I remember Sinbad as a genie.
Mm-hmm.
How do I remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Before I even knew it was a Mandela effect. Like when people said that didn't happen, I was like,
"This 90s kids unite." We remember this.
I remember
movie.
that shit.
I remember like it was very like 90s and neon,
but
and they
so
go up
stupid.
into the attic.
Yes, and
And again,
I don't remember the Shaquille O'Neal one almost at all. Like I recall it, but I remember the Sinbad one.
Yeah. But most 90s kids remember this. And again, there's old parodies and drawings and pop culture references to this specific thing. And then for a while, Sinbad was like, no, that never happened. And then for a while, Sinbad said, yeah, I made that. And then he didn't. And then what did you just see?
Saw him coming on the internet.
Because there's a trend going on right now.
Yep. And he says it did happen.
No, that's not what I saw.
Oh, what did you see?
I saw it last night. You know that trend going on where it's like I'm getting ready for my interview and it's like the music and he puts his my Netflix interview and I saw this last night and he sits down. It's very sad. I think he had a stroke.
Yeah, because he doesn't look like himself. Wait. Yeah.
I saw this literally last night.
Maybe I was stoned and I misread it.
Hang on.
I feel like I must have misread it because I thought he was sitting down to talk about how it happened, but everyone says it didn't happen.
Here.
But how was that fake?
Oh, it just says the truth about Shazam because he was doing it could be.
Yeah.
I mean.
So that's what, okay, that makes me feel better because then I was like,
sad that
I was insane.
Yeah.
I know. But why is there the cover that I recognize that shit? So that's just fake?
And then if you Google, you can find videos of it. Like you can find videos of the movie.
Yeah.
Like people have VHSs, people have.
How did it just disappear?
And why? That's the thing. Why? Because it's such inconsequential things.
But I think that's the point.
Is it? Okay.
That's point,
fair, though.
Is that everything is so inconsequential that it's to make us all feel like we are imagining things, like our brain is crazy, like we're not trusting ourselves and what we know. That's where my head goes.
Yeah.
Because why else would it be doing that?
I don't know. Like, I will die on this hill.
Okay, well, the next one I'm going to die on.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. The fucking Monopoly man and his monocle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, Mr. Monopoly is traditionally shown with a top hat, a mustache, a tuxedo, and a cane, but not a monocle.
Bullshit.
People may blend with Mr. Peanut and the general stereotype of a wealthy Victorian gentleman. Pop culture portrayals have reinforced the monocle version. Believers view that the portrayals as possible cultural residue of the version people remember. This is my hill I will die on, and the reason why I believe that this is fucking bullshit.
Okay.
Ace Ventura, pet detective, when nature calls. He is at this mansion, and there is a woman wearing like a fox, like around her shoulders thing. And she's standing there with a man who's like way shorter than her, bald, a mustache, a top hat, and a monocle. And he goes up and he pets the fox throw she has on, and he's like, says a comment about it, and she like says something about it being real, and it sends Ace Ventura into a tizzy. He ends up punching the guy in the face, the quote-unquote, this bald-headed guy, the Monopoly man, and he flips him upside down. When he flips him upside down, his top hat falls off, and his monocle falls out of his eyeball, and it hangs next to him. I remember this so fucking well.
Do you remember the monocle because of that?
No, because I remember it in the game.
You remember it in the game.
And he says, do not pass go. But it's not in the movie anymore.
It's what?
It's not in the Ace Ventura movie anymore. The monocle's not there.
Oh, I thought you were telling this story to justify the
No.
monocle.
It's not in that either. It's gone from that movie. It is gone.
And she knows her Ace Ventura, you guys.
She knows Monopoly Man with the monocle. He never did have a monocle.
I remember him with the monocle.
So I also was sitting with my friend Michelle's dad. We were playing Monopoly at her house, and I said something about it, and he looks at it and he goes, "Wait, where's his monocle?" And I was like, "Right?" And he was like, "He's always had a monocle." And I said, "No, that's apparently a Mandela Effect." He didn't know what that was. I had to explain it to him. And he was like, "I've played this game since I don't even know how long. He's always had it. He's my dad's age."
Could it be something from other countries? Because what's that movie with the animals and like the rabbit is a cop and the fox was a criminal?
Oh, a Zootopia?
Zootopia. So I saw something where they were on the red carpet and it was called something else. And I was freaking out, but because they were in Asia.
So in Australia, they have different names for movies too.
Right.
Which, like, one of the Harry Potters is called something different. There's
like it's not the Sorcerer's Stone, it's something else.
Tex could give us a million things.
He's saying it right now.
He is. He's literally yelling. But when I moved there,
I can hear it.
Yes, me too. When I moved there and we would be discussing things, and I'd be like, "What
Philosopher's
the fuck?"
Stone.
Yeah, there it is.
There she is.
But I'd be like, "What movie is that?" And then it would turn out to be a movie that like we've grown up with. They just call it something different in Australia, which is fine.
And I wonder if that plays in. Not that our memories are false, but I
it.
wonder if that plays in.
Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. Do not pass go. I've watched that movie so many times now, and every time it fucking makes me sick to my stomach because I remember that man having a monocle that falls off his eyeball. That was like a big part of it.
Do not pass go.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. He flips him upside down and he makes his mouth move, and it's funny as fuck. Yeah. And then he's like, do, 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 and he like walks around with him on his shoulder. He's like, dun, 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 dun.
Here it is.
Dun,
Here it is.
See, he has glasses. He had a monocle.
There he is. Nope, he has a monocle.
He
has a monocle.
Hey, it's not anymore in the movies.
So they took it out of the movie. But did they take it out of the movie because of the Mandela Effect?
No, wait, watch the rest of it. Just because you need to see it. Because you don't remember this. Just watch. To watch what he does. Because it's fun. Tex and I watched this movie, and he did not have a monocle. So now I'm freaking out.
Wait,
because
so this scene is in the movie, but he doesn't have a monocle?
The last time I watched it, we watched this about a year ago, and he didn't have a monocle, and I was freaking the fuck out. Now in this, he has it. Maybe it's my brain. I don't know.
So what we need to do after this is we need to go pull up Ace Ventura and find the scene.
Yes.
Find the timestamp of it. Oh my God.
Because the whole point of the scene is that he looks like the Monopoly Man.
Which
so
he
has the
does.
monocle because he looks like the Monopoly Man. I mean, and the mustache. But
okay, but did you hear that Jim Carrey is doing another Grinch?
I did.
And I'm excited, but I'm also, and it's hanging, the monocle's hanging right there.
You guys, I have a real, we've talked about this many times before, I have a real issue with sequels. Or not sequels, but like...
We've found one that she agrees with that is better than the original.
There's a few, but it's very rare.
The Addams Family Values.
Yes. But they have to be done very close in time.
Mm-hmm.
I found if they're
because
too far
you don't
away,
want, like, especially kids and stuff
I've
to be
also,
too different.
God, I'm terrified for the... I have not watched The Devil Wears Prada 2. I
liked that movie, but I wasn't, like, a follower of that movie.
I love The Devil Wears Prada.
You haven't watched it yet?
I haven't watched it yet. That's like one of my all-time favorite movies.
Okay.
Also, I have heard things about practical magic already.
They didn't follow the book.
Yeah,
is what I'm hearing.
That's me too.
Because
that actress,
the little girl that just did an interview where she read it and she was excited for it. Well, she's not a little girl anymore. What is her name?
But also,
she dated Marilyn Manson.
I know exactly who she is, but I can't think of it. I saw this too.
Yeah.
But. Anyways, that's another one where I don't know if the first one's, I love that sequel. That is a second movie that I absolutely love.
So we got two.
But The Grinch is like one of my all-time favorite movies, and I'm worried they're going to ruin it. Anyways.
It could go either way.
I'm going to watch it.
Of course I'm going to watch it, just like I'm going to watch Practical Magic.
I know I will.
I'm going to watch it.
I hate it. Anyways, that's I still am convinced I can see him on the Monopoly board with his monocle. I can see it. It's there.
I agree with that one.
Think there's any way in hell it was never there. And that whole scene is about the monocle in it. The monocle is a big part of that scene.
That's part of it, yeah.
Because he's supposed to be because it's the joke that he's the Monopoly Man at the end. It's funny. Anyways.
Never happened.
On to the next.
All right, objects in mirror. So, shut up. The standard wording of objects in mirror are closer than they appear. Many remember the warning as objects may be closer than they... No, I remember objects in mirror are closer than they appear.
So wait, what is this saying it is?
So like in your not your rear view mirror, but your side mirror, appear. Objects are closer than they appear. That's how I remember it, because in your side mirror, the way it refracts, it shows it further back. And so it says underneath, objects in mirror are closer than they appear. Yeah. So if you tap your brakes, realize that the person behind you is closer. Objects in mirror are closer. Things that kids these days don't have to worry about with a backup cam. Many remember as may be closer than... No, I remember objects are closer than they appear. So is that something for you guys? Do you guys remember...
See, I feel like I might remember maybe, but also, like, I'm not positive on that. That one's too close for me to actually know. That one's a close, like...
Objects in mirror are closer than they... I'm trying to think back.
I feel like it's maybe.
And I don't think I ever remember it maybe. I think I remember objects in mirror are closer than they appear.
But I also feel like this is such a minor, like...
This one is wording that is like... Yes, wording is different, I feel like. Instead of, like,
a visual,
pop culture type things. Okay.
This next one I had no idea about, but...
Oh, I know this one.
Curious George's missing tail. Curious George does not have a tail.
See, this one bothered me when I was a kid or when I had children.
Okay, no, but I remember he had a tail.
And then when my oldest was little, we would watch PBS Kids and we would watch Curious George, and he did not have a tail, and I remember it bothering me. So I remember him having a tail. Definitely remember him having a tail.
Him not having a tail looks fucking weird.
Right?
Yeah, right there.
Like the man in the yellow, like he always had a tail, especially in the books. I feel
there's the books right there.
Maybe he had one in the books, but maybe he didn't have one in the TV show. Yeah. Because I read the books and my children watched the TV show.
And we didn't really do either, so I don't have a great, but all I know is that looking at him without a tail looks fucking weird.
It doesn't look right?
But also, what monkey doesn't have a tail?
If it doesn't have a tail, it's not a monkey. Even if it has a monkey kind of shape. If it doesn't have a tail, it's not a monkey. If it doesn't have a tail, it's not a monkey. It's an ape. That was VeggieTales right there.
VeggieTales. I'm thinking.
Not that I raised my children religious at all, but I freaking loved VeggieTales.
Oh, I fucking hated that shit.
Oh, I loved
it. In my grandma's basement
I never watched it as a kid, and somebody gave us a bunch of DVDs when mine were little, and so I'd put it in, and I never thought it taught anything like weird or wrong. I thought it taught like how to be a good person.
Yeah.
Like but with also, parables.
I think I could see that, but I think that I had to watch it as a kid, and we had to watch it in church, and we had to watch it. So, like, when I had kids, I was like, you're not fucking watching VeggieTales.
See, I had to watch Book of Mormon stories as a kid.
Yeah, very different.
Very different. That, yeah.
Okay, this next one.
I have no reference to this one.
I remember, because I remember we used to fuck with the Pokemon kids at school and, like, trade cards with them. But I remember Pikachu. This is Pikachu. Has a yellow tail with brown coloring near the base, not a black tip. He had a fucking black tip. Pikachu had a black tip on the end of his tail.
I have no reference to this one because I didn't grow up with Pokemon at all.
This would be one that Mr. Boo Boo really should weigh in on because he...
Can you call him, see if he's
let me see if he's out of his case. Let me see if he's out of his case.
Oh, this next one I will talk about.
We're going to table the Pikachu one real fast and come back to it.
Okay.
If we can get Mr. Boo Boo to respond. But anyways, let us know what you think on that one. This other one, I'm sure he actually has opinions on too.
So I just asked my husband about this one as I was kind of looking forward, and he has an opinion on it.
Okay.
So my husband and his family were huge Star Wars fans.
As were mine.
Yep.
And as my husband.
Yes.
Our daughter's name is Leia, for the record.
I mean...
That is, I don't know if you can get bigger than that.
Fair. I mean, I remember when the 3 new movies came out, my husband and all his friends, hi Jeff, were on the news dressed up as Star Wars characters having a sword. It's not a sword fight. I know it's not a sword fight. A lightsaber. I'm so sorry.
Man.
I'm so sorry.
I'm going to need you to get it together.
I'm going to need to get it together.
Because my mom went and saw Star Wars for the first time with her sister. When the very first movie came out, they walked out of it. My mom she describes it as having like a spiritual experience because she was like, the Force is something that I felt like is like what I've always looked for is like spirituality.
Which, fair.
Very fair. And she went home and got her dad and they turned around and went to go see it. It's been our family like movie series. We watched it like every holiday season. Like Like even before my husband is a diehard. He's much more of a diehard fan than I am, but I was raised on Star Wars. Big fans.
So your family likes like the superhero, the sci-fi type movies?
Not necessarily just Star Wars.
Well, because now Thanksgiving to me is equated with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, but also my family. That is also, but the music in that.
Yeah.
The music has a lot to do with all of it. There's music that my family's big music people. Yes. So that has the music in Guardians of the Galaxy is.
It's so good. It's so good. All right, so this is saying that in much of the original Star Wars trilogy, C-3PO's lower right leg is silver. I don't remember that. My husband doesn't remember that.
He was all gold.
He was all gold. Like, but I have recently seen it, and his leg is silver. Could that be something we just didn't pick up on? Could it be because of the like older movies versus... Like
I only watched the older movies growing. We used to do it every year. Like,
but given how film was versus like digital, could it be that?
I mean, it could be, but I just truly do not remember ever seeing.
But you'd think we would see like drawings and cartoons and stuff of Star Wars. You'd think it would be much more prominent then. I don't remember him having a silver leg.
I want to see if this
even when the silver leg is visible in original footage, it can feel newly inserted to longtime viewers. So apparently it is visible in original footage.
Having the one silver leg?
That's what it says. That's what it says. It says...
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Bitch.
C3...
Tried to call my mom, because my mom is such a diehard. Like, she loves Star Wars. She would be doing something like garden.
Yeah, it's a silver.
That is absolutely the fuck not.
A silver
absolutely
leg.
not. Looking at that is absolutely not.
And you can kind of see it.
That's not maybe. But also, like, when do you bullshit? Oh, my mom's beeping in. Yes. Hi, Mommy.
Sorry, Bill has his earbuds in.
Oh, is that?
Next to me, and they keep answering the phones.
Okay, I have a very serious question for you.
Very, very,
it's not
very
that serious, but also is. Okay. So
you're on air,
you're
by
on,
the way.
You're on air on the podcast, okay?
You're what?
You're on air on the podcast.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
on air
I'm recording my podcast with Meg.
Okay.
And I'm no, Mom. I'm literally sitting with Meg in my podcast studio. We're recording an episode, and I have a question for you that is going to be on the podcast. In the movie Star Wars, right? You remember Star Wars very well. You love that series. Watch it a billion times. Oh, okay. Does C-3PO have a silver leg?
Oh, my God.
I got all these bones. I don't know how it's going to take.
Yeah, no, we got the slide.
Rena, I've never noticed, and I do not know the answer. Does anybody like Star Wars?
I have a follow-up.
Okay. C-3PO. Does he have a silver leg?
I thought he had a gold body.
Everything's gold except a later one. A later one, he had a silver. Was a
later one.
It was a red arm he ended up with.
They're saying in a later one he had something that was silver. But
So,
I
okay,
don't know.
that's the correct answer. So we're doing an episode on things called the Mandela Effect, where like things. Yeah, things like, people remember them differently, and one of them is saying that C-3PO has a silver leg. All the series, he has a silver leg.
Okay, next one.
Okay, so I have to tell you that we don't...
No, but you just off of your general knowledge, you remember him being all gold.
Yes, that's what we remember.
Yes, me too.
At least at the beginning.
Well, yeah, and that's same with me. Yes. Okay, hang on,
So
one more
now,
question.
Does Darth Vader say, Luke, I am your father?
As opposed to what?
No, I am your father.
Shit. You guys, I'm not that much of an expert. That would be a text question.
Well, you know this. He says, Luke, I am your father. Luke, I am your father.
Stand by.
Guys, the famous Robin.
Jesus Christ, they're with their neighbors, and they're all drinking, I can tell. So, no. Is everyone listening? Can everyone hear me? Put me on speakerphone.
C-3PO has a silver. This detail appears in the original 1977 movie Star Wars.
No, that's what Google is saying now, but the whole theory is that there's a Mandela effect.
It.
No one remembers it that way.
No.
That's the whole point.
Thank you, Peter.
So then.
So it's not true if it's on the internet all the time.
Yeah, Papa.
Okay,
Bingo, Papa.
am your father is the correct.
Luke, I am your father. Like,
Yes,
no.
I would agree with that.
Ask them. It's
Not
Luke,
no.
I am your father. Not no, I am your
Yes.
father.
Yes, I would agree with that.
'Kay.
Damn, you guys are
It's
into
not.
it.
Oh, we're
It's
into
not.
it. But now they're
It's
saying that it's
no,
no, I am your father.
Okay, well, like I said, you're not talking to a bunch of experts here. Just
Right.
people who enjoyed the movie. And
Us
don't
too.
remember.
Okay, that was all I needed to know. Thank you. Have fun. I love you.
I love you too. Good luck.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
My mom absolutely does not realize what we're talking about because she's
No.
like,
Wait, you're on air?
yeah, hang on. And then text just beeped in. Oh my God, hell yeah. All right, babe, you are live on air.
Okay.
Okay, we are doing an episode about the Mandela Effect.
Also, what are you going to feed us when you get home?
We're making him frozen pizza, remember?
Right.
I was supposed to do In-N-Out tacos, and then I said, oops, we're doing another episode. You don't get tacos today.
Oh, no.
Okay,
That is awesome.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Tomorrow, babe. Tomorrow is tacos. So the first one is, does C-3PO have a silver leg?
What?
The fuck? A red leg?
Yeah. He does have one leg differently. It's red. It's like a maroon, red maroon one.
Is that in like newer movies? Because I've never.
I mean, it could be later, but the early ones he had a silver one.
This
He
is
had
saying
one
he had a...
silver, and then he had a red one at one
That
point
is
as
all
well.
gold. He's all gold. Okay, whatever. Okay, we'll leave that. We're gonna table that one then for now.
Well, I watched again, and later episodes, like newer ones, he's got a red leg. And I'm
Hmm.
wondering if
This
they
is
put the
saying a
leg
red
in to-
arm.
Saying a red arm on the interwebs.
Okay.
Okay.
Red something.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, then the next question. This is the real big one. Is the quote no, no, I am your father, or Luke, I am your father?
That's the biggest one. That's wrong.
Yeah.
The reason I remember that is because I remember my brother and his friend playing Star Wars, jumping over the back of the couch and saying, "Luke, I am your father."
Just one of the most famous
Yeah.
movie quotes
of
ever.
all time.
Luke, I am your father. Okay. Well, there you go.
I am your father.
We also have gone through. Wait, this is the other question. I have one.
Because I think they changed it to make it sound better in the movies because they were like, why is this? That's what made me think that they changed it. Like in post editing or whatever.
So then my next question for you is Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Does
Stripy tail.
But does he have a black tip or a brown base?
Black.
Tip.
Never been brown. Never
Thank
been
you.
Brown.
Yep, I agree.
Okay. All
I
right.
agree. All right, that is all for now.
That's it.
That's all
That's
for
it.
now. We just called my mom to ask her opinions on things, and she was with the neighbors, and she did not fully understand. She's like, I don't know, you guys. That's how I remember it, but I'm wrong. And I'm like, no, Mom, that's the whole point, is that you're right. Is that we're all
Doing
like,
the monocle?
yeah, well, we did
Oh,
the
you
monocle.
did the monocle.
Oh, we just went into it with Ace Ventura and the whole thing, but then we found the clips. But did you and I not watch Ace Ventura: Pet Detective the other day, and he didn't have the monocle in it? Do you remember that?
No, he did.
Oh, he did?
The one I watched. The one
See,
I
maybe
watched,
maybe
like,
then I'm messing it up in my head then.
see? We had a
Okay,
monocle.
so then it was C
Everyone
from that.
same
Okay,
time.
that's okay. Well, fine. Then
Fine.
that's what it was. I messed up. Either way,
Mm-hmm.
either way he had a monocle the whole fucking time. I've always believed he had a monocle. Anyways,
Always.
all right. Point of the
'Cause
story is
that's like the rich elites, that was always that dapper man. He had the monocle, like he was always
Yep.
Yeah.
that one guy.
all right. Well, we're moving on.
Okay.
Um.
Glad I could help.
Very helpful. Thank
oh God,
you.
I wish I would have kept my mom on for the Snow White one, but all right. We are going to hang up and call her husband now. We need one more or last.
I would like to call my father-in-law, but he might be asleep by now.
Yeah. All right. Love you.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Okay. So the next one is, again, and we all know this quote. I don't know anybody who is going to say that this quote is not accurate. Is it magic mirror on the wall from Snow White? So when the queen looks in the mirror, does she say magic mirror on the wall, or does she say mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Mirror, mirror on the wall. There was a whole freaking movie
Called Mirror, Mirror.
called Mirror, Mirror.
It's mirror, mirror on the wall. The fucking Disneyland ride. I remember
Julia
going
Roberts
on it.
made a movie. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? It's not magic mirror.
Never has it been magic mirror.
No,
That one's bullshit.
that one's
But also, like,
garbage.
how do they fucking change it in the movie? How does that happen? That has to be an actual, like, timeline shift.
Unless they change it, like this is saying that they change it from Disney to other movies. I don't know.
But the OG one, I thought I saw clips of it saying, so I'd have to watch.
But why
the
would
OG.
they? Why would they change it if
Do you
that's
want
the
to know what
OG one?
kills me is that I have the tapes up in Polton Bay. Maybe I'll text my aunt and have her bring them down if she has them. Just like up in Polton Bay, I found the infamous.
I have a somewhere.
The infamous Little Mermaid with a penis on the front.
Yeah, you sent a picture of it.
VCR. I'm going to sell that shit on eBay for $5,000. You better believe that.
My dad thinks that all of our VHSs are up in his attic somewhere. So, I mean, they're not going to work because of the Florida heat and all of that. They're up in the attic.
Yeah, see, ours were in Polton Bay and they're stored. Yeah.
See, but I'm going to go look when I'm there in the spring and see, because we had all of them. We had all the Disney movies. And we specifically had the Little Mermaid one.
But they're not all have the penis.
That one had the penis. I remember. I remember when I heard about that, looking at it, and it did.
So that's a line that there is literally no way that. I don't know how that's supposedly different, but
so this is saying that. So all these things, and there's more. There's so many more.
There's one more that I just saw the other day that I was like, I'm gonna see if my old chestnut can get there after all of
the old chestnut. I'm actually feeling great, you guys.
Actually, me too.
I'm feeling great.
Yeah, we're alive.
I think it was the snacks that really helped. The chips and the dips, and
I did have a piece of toast too because I hadn't eaten earlier today, so I needed some substance in my stomach.
According to my daughter's driver's ed lesson today, you need to have some food in your tum-tum if you're going to drink some alcohol.
We learned that. We remember when we got our bartending licenses.
Yes,
which we are official bartenders. By the way, did we announce that on here? Because if you guys didn't know,
official. I went right to Alia Incline, and I'm like. I can pour some of this if you want me to. If you want a little break.
If anybody wants us to bartend at an event, let us know.
Oh my God!
Could you imagine
the lunatics?
The lunatics will be sitting out there with the most lunatic-y.
We'll make our own signature paranormal drinks.
Absolutely, and we'll just serve them at your event.
Like the screaming banshee could be one of them.
Absolutely, the glazed donut.
The glazed donut
will also be somewhat alien themed though.
Tree fitty.
That
I
one
feel
is
like that's tequila.
Oh, tree fitty or glazed donut?
I don't know.
No, glazed donut would be vodka, like something with a whipped vodka and like that.
Yeah,
tree fitty. Absolutely. Maybe tequila.
I think tequila.
Maybe rum though. I don't know why chef gives rum vibes.
And then a lunatic soup is
obviously
definitely
something with cider and then
cider.
Mixed.
Probably an angry whore. It would, to be honest.
It'd probably be an angry horse slut.
Yes.
It would be a cider with fireball and then lime.
Yes.
The lunatic
anyway,
soup bar
we're
sounds like a great
available
idea.
for hire.
We are. Get us to bartend your next event. We'll entertain your guests.
It'll be something.
It'll be something for everyone.
Yep. So is like the government rewriting the past? Are we just collectively stupid? Do we have parallel timelines, perhaps? And that goes into a whole other thing, which we're going to research more in depth later, but CERN, which we've talked about, is CERN dropping us into different timelines, and each timeline is supposed to switch just ever so slightly, and maybe it's just switching our pop culture up, because none of these things are like
significant.
I mean, the Mandela thing, I guess, would be the most significant, because like a public figure dying versus not.
Right. There's lots of things that I've seen recently with people talking about the people they remember dying that like are still alive or have just recently died. That I've seen a lot, and that's one that like I'll see them and I'll be like, God, now that you say that, I do feel like they died, but also I don't know that for a fact.
Right.
You know? Yeah. Like those are ones that I'm not. The one of these that to me is like I will. The one that I will actually die on the hill.
The monocle.
The monocle is
Shazam for me.
Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
That one to me, there is no fucking doubt in my mind that it ever was anything but Luke, I am your father. The monocle, I mean, but
all of them, like the cornucopia, I remember too.
But the Luke, I am your father, it was never.
I mean, that's all what we all remember.
Your father.
What we all remember.
I am your father. There's so many times that they quote it.
I mean, it's become a pop culture reference.
It is literally, my husband has shirts that says, I am your father. And obviously he doesn't say, no, I am your father. But it's always been, Luke, I am your father.
Luke, I am your father. And then he goes, no.
Like, that is, to me, that to me is the one that, and mirror, honestly, mirror on the wall. It's never magic fucking mirror. I don't know, a lot of these I will die on those hills.
Oh, man. But there's also a theory that says that the world actually ended in 1988.
Yes.
And so this is the 1988 anomaly, and like, because the 80s like refused to die, right? Like, I freaking love the 80s.
We were born in the 80s, so we're fucking extra special. Something that I always like kind of hated, and then now I'm like, no, I was born in the fucking 80s. How cool is that? That
How cool
we're at the
is
end
that?
of the 80s, but we still made it into the 80s.
We're in the 80s.
I think it blows my mind because I
man.
don't feel like I was born in the 80s, but I was definitely born in the 80s.
So this says that humanity peaked in the 1980s, and it was the last
Agreed.
true golden era before a slow, relentless decline. I'm going to throw out there that there was a lot of shitty things that happened in the 80s, like the fall of the Berlin Wall was the good part, but the leading up to it was the bad part. There was the AIDS epidemic. Like, there was a bunch of, like, crazy things.
See, and where I feel like we peaked in the 90s and then went downhill.
Well, I mean, that's maybe where it peaked and then just started. But because life wasn't suffocating.
At all.
Like
Life
it
was
is
just
now.
kind.
Like, you know, there wasn't massive debt. There wasn't... I mean, there were serial killers. I could go into a lot about that, but it's fine. I learned when I'm teaching high school, I gotta not talk about serial killers.
Shocker.
Even if they want to talk about serial killers.
You can't even
because
go into it.
I know too much about serial killers.
But then also kids just take everything to the next level. Always.
Especially juniors and seniors.
Yeah,
Holy
give them an
shit.
inch, they go a mile.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I gotta be like, wait, I'm the adult.
Right.
You have fun with that. I'm gonna be over here.
Yeah, you guys talk amongst yourselves, but
Yeah.
watch
But anyway,
it.
so there's this theory that everything actually ended in the 1980s, and that's why we are in an alternate universe, an alternate reality.
Okay.
I mean, that's
I
why we
wanna
all
be
kind
like-
of feel reminiscent.
I
want to
argue with it, but I don't fucking not believe anything anymore because someone could tell me something and if it feels right, I'm like, yeah, that perfect.
I mean,
everything
fuck
right
knows at
now
this
is
point.
so fucked up. Like
It
our world is
so
so
is.
fucked up.
It so
that
is.
like anything that will give me a glimmer of like something that feels good, I'm gonna like attach myself onto because it makes me feel happy and reminiscent and whatever. But
I feel so reminiscent about the 80s and 90s.
Me
So, what is that whole trend right now? Butter mom?
Oh, it's
I don't know what that like actually means, but for me it feels like, okay, we're going to be like watching movies and cooking and lighting
so what's
candles
funny
and-
about Butter Mom is my mom was talking to me about how something happened with my grandma back in the day and she stopped using butter and was using like I don't think olive oil was a thing yet, but it was like back when, you know, they had vilified butter
Yeah.
for a while. And she went to the doctor and the doctor literally was like, you aren't getting enough fat in your body. You need to eat more butter, not margarine, not whatever, butter. And so my family switched from using like margarine or using whatever to butter. And our family has never used anything but like butter to this day. None of our family. And my mom told me that story, so that's what it just reminds me of is that like it was a thing and like she switched to butter and then butter was it.
Somebody told me once that margarine is like one or just a few molecules away from plastic.
It is because
And
it's literally vegetable oil that
Yeah.
they turn into. It's not real at
Yeah,
all.
no.
Granted, none of our butter is even. I mean, our butter's fucked up
We
nowadays.
should make our own
Everything
butter.
is processed.
Let's make our own butter.
Oh, I want to so bad.
I mean, we both have mixers. Let's just make our own butter.
I know, but you got to get good milk. We need to get a good dairy farm.
Good dairy farm. We live in Washington. There's lots of freaking cows.
We literally today driving to go pick up my daughter from a horseback camp. They were doing cow crossing across the road in Buckley, and all my memory was when I moved to Australia. My husband's family owned a dairy farm there, and I had just moved there. And obviously, I was not working at the time because we had just moved there. I was still on a tourist visa, applying for my like permanent visa. And I get a call from my father-in-law. I was newly engaged, not fully a part of the family, and I was instructed I had to go help move cows. I wasn't asked; I was told.
Yeah.
And then
How did that go?
Well, I had to stand in the middle of the road with two sticks
Yeah.
while cows ran at you. Not fucking good.
I just wish that the iPhone was around.
Oh, same. Like pictures and videos.
I really, really wish.
But then
this
I
was
would have had to have the
recorded.
foresight to like record myself in the middle of this.
Or a friend who automatically knew. Like I know, like earlier today when you pulled a giant multiple bags, like 20 bags full of teeth out, that I needed to hit record.
I do realize that we didn't tell this part of the in-between story.
But that happened about an hour and a half
which
ago.
we'll explain that in a minute.
Yeah.
That did. But yeah, at the time
You
there
just
was
need a good TikTok wife.
You do. And at the time, I was just there and I had no friends because I had just moved from America and my husband or my fiance was at work. And all of a sudden, I was picked up by my sister-in-law and told we're moving cows. And I had to stand in the middle of the road with 2 sticks while cows ran at me. And I then watched so many horrible things happen. And that happened to me almost daily because I didn't have a job at the time. So obviously I was then an employee of the farm.
Cows.
I don't know why I didn't run.
Like to think of myself as an adventurous person. Farming is not it.
I will tell you, I saw too much of the ins and outs of farming. It's not for me. Not for the faint of heart. The calf truck coming every Wednesday. The worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
To take the babies?
The baby boys only. All the baby boys.
I hate it.
Anyways, so today, we're dropping that. Moving on. So while we were on the last episode, you may have heard my daughter came running in. This is last week's now. And she said that our neighbor was going to tie a string to her tooth and shoot it out with a Nerf gun. And I was like, perfect, make sure the mom records it. Well, we're sitting here. We finished wrapping the episode, and we get the video that it happened. They shoot the gun. The tooth flies out into the grass. They can't find the tooth. And the other mom is like panicked because they're all looking for it. They're all like combing through the lawn trying to find my daughter's tooth.
And then you had a brilliant idea.
And I said, fear not. I have saved all of my children's teeth in Ziploc baggies in my underwear drawer. So I ran upstairs and got them and brought them down to the kitchen counter where I displayed all of the teeth, including my daughter's 2 front teeth she knocked out while twerking on the couch.
They were still attached.
Still attached. All of them in bags. I have so many teeth. My daughter's silver teeth. So many teeth. I've saved all of them, you guys. I haven't thrown any of them away. I have a problem. I don't know what to do with them. Do you just throw them away?
I told you, put them in a pretty little box and hide them in the wall. Okay?
And then for the next people. I think I will do that eventually, honestly.
And then just like put a little note in there that says treasures.
Even better. But it was truly like I've been waiting for a moment when me saving my children's teeth paid off. It paid off.
Yeah, it 100% paid off.
Because the point of the story is I planted it on the ground and Meg found it.
Whoa! I found your tooth.
Leia was so excited. She didn't think any.
She has no idea. Tooth to put under the tooth fairy.
The tooth fairy's gonna find it and put it back in my Ziploc. Their grass has a tooth.
There's a cartoon that my kids used to watch, and the tooth fairy was like this weird thing with like jittery teeth, and he goes da 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 da, and so that's what I think of every time. Da, 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 da.
I don't like it. My sister just had her son lose his first tooth. We did it on FaceTime, and she pulled it out, flew across the kitchen. It was trauma. He almost lost it. Anyways, found it, and she's a rookie. I love her so much.
Yes.
She painted she told him that if she got to pull it out, the tooth fairy would give him a $20 bill. And so she did that, which her husband was like, why the fuck would you say a $20 bill? And she's like, I didn't think he'd actually let me do it, which is fair, because I didn't think he would either. So then this bitch goes and paints the $20 bill.
With glitter?
With glitter.
I used to get those.
But they wouldn't take it. The store wouldn't take it. Which I knew that. They've said, they've put out a thing saying that don't alter the money. They won't take it anymore.
I bet a bank would exchange it.
They might. But it's covered in glitter.
Covered in glitter.
Shannon, rookie. You got to buy the glitter. I have had the same thing of glitter, but I have the same glitter I bought at Target when my first daughter lost her first tooth. It was a big jar. I've used the same glitter for each kid consistently all the way through.
And it just kind of...
Granted, the older two know that it's not really anymore, but it's the same glitter. I've never faltered.
It's fine.
It's in the drawer.
Fine. You guys.
The underwear drawer with all the teeth.
And baby Jesus.
And I did find a baby Jesus that Meg hid around my house during Christmas time.
No, I didn't.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I didn't.
Don't tell me lies.
Anyway, we are an hour and a half in. I know some of this is going to get cut down, but what do you guys think of this episode?
What did you think of Mandela?
This was a last minute, we're just going to chit chat and...
It's a chaos episode, but I also know that so many of you have memories of the things that we have said.
Yeah.
Because I know the
internet...
And
these were the main ones. Give us some niche ones, man. And you remember.
But also niche ones are more likely, like we've said, we remember my memory now has been altered by whatever. But those main ones are just the ones that as a general public, we recall.
I think the reasoning, I think CERN might have something to do with it, but I think it's us slipping into different timelines.
I agree.
Because there's this kid that I saw online years and years and years ago, and he explained it perfectly. He was like 12 years old, and he's like, each reality, each timeline is like a piece of paper, and they're all stacked on top of each other. And when something drastic happens, like CERN blows up the universe, we slip into the next one.
Instead of us all.
Yeah. And I mean, we could go deep on this, and maybe that's what death is, where we just slip into a new timeline. And
which that is a theory because it's a dimension or a whatever. There's but also that is.
I mean, that's.
And then we choose to come back to a different. I don't know. Whoa, too much.
Whoa,
too much.
We could keep going for another hour and a half if we do that.
We really could. really good. But
all right. Well, that was the Mandela Effect. Thanks for bearing with us. I think we did pretty good for a last-minute episode.
I mean, those are all great examples, great things.
Mm-hmm.
Like
we got some friends on. You guys got to hear that my husband exists.
Yeah.
Which most people
I just realized we
doesn't.
didn't even open your one of that was like the 40 of them.
Yeah, but the main ones that we talked about
those are the main ones. Yeah. All right. Well, shit, you guys. That's ponder that and go get yourself some lunatic soup.
And remember,
in this crazy world,
it's good to be a lunatic. We messed that up. That was so messed up.
Why? Are you having a Mandela effect?
Remember,
in this crazy world,
you say it's
good to be a lunatic.
Oh,
did you say it?
Yeah, we switched it up. I say, remember in this crazy world, and then you say it's good to be a lunatic.
I say, make sure you go and get yourself some lunatic soup.
And remember, in this crazy world,
it's good to be a lunatic. I don't know which way is up at this point.
Nobody knows. I'm scared.
Bye, guys.